Hey guys, how you doing? This is Robert from Robert's Barbershop, 18 Belleville Avenue, Bloomfield, New Jersey. Today I'm going to be providing you guys a how-to haircut tutorial to do from your home. I know many of us are quarantined right now, and I live in the state of New Jersey, so unfortunately the government has asked for all barbershops and hair salons to close down. So I'm going to provide you guys with a tutorial today to show you how to do haircuts in the house. Simple, very basic haircuts that would help you just get over until barbershops are allowed to open. So come on this way and I want to show you guys the equipment I'm going to be using. Alright guys, so what we have right here is your traditional wall machine that you would find at your Walgreens or department store. These are pretty inexpensive machines. These are not professional machines. This is not the type of equipment you will find at a barbershop, but these are the type you would buy and bring home as a home kit, and they can do the job. They can do a pretty decent job. So the one that I happen to have is a wall. There's many brands out there like Conair and other brands, and this is your clipper. This is your T-liner. This is the machine that you would use to remove the bulk of the hair and do the majority of the haircut with, and this is the one that you would do the cleanup behind the neck. These normally run on a 1 AA battery or sometimes a AAA battery. So these are your clippers. Here's the oil that you would use to lubricate your blades. You would turn them on and move the lever up and down, brush them real good, wipe them with a napkin, and make sure there's no oil or debris as you're doing the haircut. These are the guards that you will be using right here. This is the half guard. I don't know that many of these home kit bundles come with a half guard. This is a 1.5 millimeter or half. This is right before a 0. Then you have the number 1 that measures at 3 millimeters, a 1.5 that would cut the hair at 4.5 millimeters, a number 2 that would cut the hair at 6 millimeters, number 3 which would cut the hair at 10 millimeters, number 4 at, if I could see it here, 13 millimeters, and so forth. So the greater the number on the guard, the longer the hair. The shorter the number, the shorter the hair. Okay, these are your typical combs that you might get. You will get a scissor, and you also get a cape, a plastic cape with 2 little strings. The cape is to cover the person's clothing so they don't get hair on them. The scissors, this is a professional scissor. The one that comes with these is probably square tipped, short and stubby, but it will do the trick for a home haircut. Okay, you want to get a nice brittle brush. You can even use an old toothbrush that you're not using anymore to just wipe the excess hair and debris off the machines, okay? And this is my professional stuff right here, my T-liner. This is called a fade comb. Sometimes these kits come with something similar to this, but this is used also to remove a bulk amount of hair. You go under the line and come across. That's called clipper over comb. You'll hear more about that later on. And this is my neck duster. You can use something resembling this to just wipe the excess hair off a person's neck. Okay, you also want a bottle of water so you can spray the hair and cut it and comb it, because wet hair is easier to work with and cut, so you can see your work and your results as opposed to doing a dry haircut. All right, guys? All right, guys, so we're ready to start this haircut. We're gonna be doing a 1.5 around my son's hair. This is how you place a guard on the machine. You're gonna grab it in this direction. You see the teeth. Place it gently over here. Turn the machine this way. You see right here the tab. You're gonna push that down, and there you go. You'll hear a snap. That's letting you know that it's securely clipped on and it's not gonna move. So we're gonna do this haircut with the lever open. The guard is on, 1.5. We're gonna have our comb, because as we're cutting, we're gonna be combing the hair down, right? So we can comb off any excess hair that has been cut, so we can continue to cut. So here we go. We're gonna turn the machine on, and let's begin our haircut. We're gonna go nice, easy strokes. We're gonna come below the hair and then out. Nice and easy strokes. Now you guys see right here how my son's hair is growing in that direction. You wanna follow the direction where the hair is growing and counter it so you can get a nice clean cut. So since his hair is growing that direction, I'm gonna bring the machine in this direction to cut the hair. So I'm gonna go this direction. You hear it? This direction. and you're scooping. You're doing a scooping motion. Scooping motion, see? Now because we're doing a 1.5 on the sides, that doesn't mean I'm gonna do the 1.5 all the way up to here, because we're gonna be doing some blending action here. So we wanna leave enough hair here so we can come with the other guards and start to gradually erase this line, okay? So we're gonna bring his line, more or less up to here, so that up here leaves us enough room to erase. So we're gonna fold the ear down with one of our fingers gently and scoop and bring the hair up. Scoop and remove that hair. You're gonna start to see the line that's forming. Okay, you can ask him to come back a little bit, tilt his head, bring the ear down. We'll bring his chair a little bit more back. That's okay, guys. We're all learning. All right, right here, you're gonna come with the corner of the blade right here and work this sideburn area. Again, we're bringing everything even. We're gonna bring this portion up here and we're creating a nice line going around his head. Okay? Work the hairs. Maybe the hairs here are going that way or that way. You want to find the pattern of the hair and keep working it. Come back around. We're going to start in the middle of his head. And keep working our way around, You see how his hair here goes in that direction? So we're going to counter it by coming this direction. So we get a nice cut, even cut. Same over here. We'll do a little turn here. Hairs are growing in that direction, so we're going to flip the machine to this angle and come at them from this way. This is our line right here that we made already. So we're going to continue to work our way up, not pressing too deep into their head. You're just scooping the hair out, and let the machine do all the work. We're going to turn his head this way. Remember, you can angle the hair however you need to. You can gently ask them to turn their head. Lower the ear with your finger gently. And we're going to work that side of his head. Scooping, brushing, scooping, and brushing. Again, this isn't a barbershop haircut. This is just something to get you over until the shops are allowed to open. Okay. So now that we've done that, we're going to shut the machine off. We're going to remove our guard. Wipe off the excess. Okay, if you have a duster, you can wipe around their neck or use a paper towel just to wipe off the excess amount of hair. Now we're going to work on erasing the line that we did up here. So since we used the 1.5, we're going to go with guards that are much bigger and that are going to leave the hair longer, but still take enough off to erase the line. So we're going to go with a number 3 on the sides and start to work this line. And as we see our results, we'll adjust to what number we need to use, okay? So here's our number 3. We're going to put the guard on again. Boom. That means it's secure, open. We're going to open it, turn it on, and here we go. So we're going to start with our number 3. Working the hair, as you can see, the hairs here go in this direction, that direction, and down. So we're working the hair according to the direction. If I don't hear much hair grabbing, I can start to close the lever and give it a pass through, and then I'll hear, okay, it's grabbing more hair now. And we comb, tilt the head, we're working the line. We don't want to go all the way here. We're just working that line. We're going to go under the line, scoop in and out. Under the line, in and out. Boom, boom, boom. We're not bringing this up here. we're gonna keep working the line. Turn his head. Working the line. Don't worry if it hasn't disappeared completely. This is a gradual process. Again, don't worry if you still see the line. This is a gradual process. As you can see, it's starting to blend a little bit. I'm opening the machine and working my way around. Turn. Okay. We're working the line. You're combing, scooping, following the pattern of the hair, combing. Okay. We're not going too high with the number 3. Whoops. Okay, guys, so we're working the line with the number 3. And again, if you did a number 3 down here, then you want to use up here a number 5 or even a 6, depending on how thick the hair is. And you comb and work the line. Comb and work the line, never going too high. Because the object of this is just to do a gentle, light cleanup, all right, to hold us over. So there's the number 3. Again, don't panic if the line hasn't disappeared. That's totally normal. This is a gradual process. We're going to do a number 2 and keep working that line. You guys can hear that. We start with the open. And if we don't see much results, we close it and work that line. Work that line. You can use the corners. You don't have to use the whole machine all the time. Working the line. Remember, number 2 is a shorter number than 3, so we don't want to go too high. We're working the line right here, staying with the line, combing, staying with the line, combing. And you repeat the same process that you did on the other side on this side. Remember, tilt the head so it's comfortable for your hand and comfortable for your eyes to see your progress and see where you're going. Okay, number 2, we're rocking and rolling. The fade is coming in. As you can see, that line is fading out. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, guys, I also forgot to mention, with your kit, you might get a brush that resembles this, not exactly like this one. This is called a fade comb. Again, this is a professional comb, but you might, with your kits, get something that resembles almost the thickness of this. The purpose of this comb is to reduce some of the bulk as well, instead of using the guard. So you can come and, for example, like I see this hair right here sticking out like that. If I don't want to keep using the guards, I can turn my machine on, lever open, you hold the comb like this. You're gonna go under the hair, not too deep in, because we're looking to just take a light little piece off. We're gonna go under and just come this way. This is called clipper over comb. Okay, you don't have to do this. This is just a little bonus if you guys happen to come across. So you go gently under the hair and come across. Like that, okay? That's all I'm pretty much gonna show you, because all the techniques involved with this is something that you would learn in a professional barbering school, okay? So we did the fade is done. We're gonna move now to the shape up. Here's your little clipper that comes, a lot of these kits come with these T-liners. These are normally 1AA battery ones. Again, just to hold you over, they do a pretty decent job. I want you to know that I visit my dad in New York and I cut his hair. I don't bring my professional tools with me. He has a set of Conair's clippers that he bought at his local pharmacy, and I use that, and he loves his haircuts. He enjoys them. So, okay guys, so we're gonna come around here. Make sure you clean the neck before you start the cleanup or the shape up. All right. You ask them how they traditionally get it. You're just wiping down a little bit, all those hairs out the way. All right, when you're making the neckline, if they're gonna get a square back, all right, or a round back, a rule of thumb is you never wanna make the line of the square higher than the height of their earlobe. So you see where my son's earlobe is, right here? I don't wanna go any higher than that, right there, to make his neckline. Below it, below his earlobe. All right, if you made the neckline and it's up here somewhere, that's way too high. You would then have to grab the machine and try to erase that line and just blend that out as a faded natural back line. Again, if I'm gonna do a square, I wanna keep it below the earlobe. You grab the machine as so. You wipe the hairs away. Again, guys, this doesn't have to be perfect. You make your line, you flip the machine and go underneath. Okay? Nice and easy. You make your line. Make your line. Always remembering to stay below the earlobe. And then to clean up the excess, you can scoop out with this little machine. You scoop out. Scoop out. Scoop out. Okay, now we're gonna work our way in this side. You tilt the head. All right, you don't want to go too deep with the line. You want to still preserve a natural neckline. So we're gonna come and work the edge and work our way up. Again, this is not a professional barbering video. This is just a little simple tutorial. As you can see the line. Now, so you don't get those sharp corners, you can kind of cut into them a little bit and try to round them off like you're sculpting. Think of this like sculpting, or for those of you that do gardening, that you're pruning and giving something a shape. You're gonna bend the ear down gently. You're gonna bend the ear and comb the hairs down. Hold the ear, turn the machine on. Once you get to here, you're gonna use the corner of the machine, the tip, in this direction. And then you pull down a little bit, like that. You use your discretion. Bring the ear back. You're gonna cut these hairs right here. You keep working it until you get the desired goal. Bring his head up, turn his head. Okay. Make sure to stop and look at the haircut as you're going to clean up, and so that you can look at it from different angles to see if everything is, to make sure everything makes sense, that it looks right to your eyes. Okay? As you can see, I made the line, the square. I didn't give him a sharp corner. I kind of rounded it out. I came around the ear, all right? Now right here, we're gonna comb. Using the corner, we're gonna gently come up. Just working the edges, taking off the excess amount of hair. This doesn't have to be a perfect shape up. Okay? Now my son has a beard, so I'm gonna continue to work the beard. So for a beard, as you can see, you're gonna hold it like a pencil, and you're gonna look at the desired length. Okay? If you're gonna do a sideburn, you ask the person how they like their sideburns, whether short or medium or long, okay? And wherever, for example, let's say he likes them about this length right here. This is the middle of the ear. So you use that as your measuring guide for the other side of your head, okay? And you continue the same process on the other side. For the purposes of lighting and for this, I flipped them around. So again, we're gonna do the same thing we did on the other side. Bend the ear back and create our line. Again, just working the edges of his hairline. We're not looking to take a lot of bulk of hair, just the edges of his hairline. And when you get to the corner right here, you don't want to give him a sharp corner, so you can cut into it a little bit. Just kind of trimming and shaping around, very gently, very carefully. It's always better to take too little off than to take too much off. If you take too little, you can always go back and take more. Again, bend the ear down using the corner of the machine. You're removing the excess hair, that itchy hair. Bend the hair back here. Keep working it until you get your desired result. Okay, turn the head this way. Remember, the angling of the head has to be comfortable to your hand and to your eyes. Because he has a beard, we're just gonna clean him up a little bit. Cut some of the excess off. We don't want to go down on the beard. Want to kind of keep it the way it is. Right now I'm resting my hand on his head right here and using the tips. Okay, now guys, we're gonna come to the back of the neck. We're gonna clean off some of the excess hair so that he's not uncomfortable. And now we look at the back and make sure that everything is normal. As you can see, the line is below his earlobes. So that right there is textbook how you would do a neckline, whether square or round. If you're gonna do round, you're gonna remove some of this excess and some of this excess, and then you do your little trimming and pruning so that you get a nice round neckline. Again, these are just haircuts to hold us over. We're not looking for perfection, okay? So now all his sides are done. His neck is all cleaned up and shaped up. Now we want to remove a little bit of the top. If you guys don't mind, or depending on the customer, you can put a number 6 or even a number 7 or 8 and just go on the top, and that would cut it substantially but not bald. That would leave enough that they can still style it to an extent either forward, right? Just know that if you use the clippers on the top, you won't be able to comb the hair back, because at that point the hair's short that it'll start to stick up. So if the person says no machine at the top, then you might want to you're gonna have to trim it with some scissors. I'm gonna show you some basic skills. So here's your scissor. We're gonna wet the hair a bit so it's easier to manage and work with. You don't want to drench the hair, but just wet it enough. Now, because most of you guys are not professional barbers, we're gonna do very light trim on the top. So for him, since he combs his hair this way, I'm gonna come with the hair this way, bring my hand this way, and we're gonna pull the hair up. And that right there is the amount I'm gonna be removing. Very, very little, not much. If you feel uncomfortable, you can even drag your finger up more and just do the tips. Take your machine this way and you're going to, there. And you're gonna work in a progression of a line. So I did here, so now I'm gonna come here and keep working my way up. in a sequential line, going across the head this way, okay? So I'm gonna come this way, drag the hair, and snip there, and then comb the hair. Now we're gonna work our way further back, a little bit back. That little bit. Again, these are cleanup haircuts, guys. Cleanup haircuts. A little bit like that. Hold it. And that's it. And I promise you, the scissors that come with these kits, they'll do the job. They can cut the hair. Again, you keep working your way up in a sequence of lines till you cover the top of the entire head. All right, here we go, right here again. About that much. That's about 3/4 of an inch. Using the tips of the scissor. Okay. Combing the hair. I don't expect these to be perfect, but I just expect these haircuts to be sufficient enough, okay? So you're working your way from left to right of the head in a straight line. So you pull up, cut, pull up, cut, pull up, cut, and pull up, cut. And then you continue to work your way in lines going across the head. Or if the person is styling their hair forward, you can do the same process, working your way across, right? And also trimming the bangs a bit. You're gonna pull the bangs up and trim, trim, trim. It all depends how short the person wants to go. If it's a pushback, you're gonna wet the hair and comb it all the way back and do the same process. Comb the hair all the way back. Start from the front, from the middle, and then snip, snip, snip. And again, work your way all the way across. You comb it, you ask the person to see themselves in the mirror, ask them what they think, and you're good to go. Again, if you don't feel comfortable with scissors, you could put a number 7 or an 8 and then just come with the hair all the way around. Okay. For the purposes of the video, that's all I'm gonna trim from his top. Now, if you wanna line up the forehead a little bit, again, not a crazy shape up, but you comb the hairs in the front a little, and you just work the tips. Work the tips. You work the tips. Turn the head. you want to trim the beard, this is my son's length, which isn't too long, but if I want to trim it a little bit, I would grab a number 1 guard, clip it on, open, and then just work the beard according to the direction of the hairs. And you can close it a little bit if you don't hear much cutting. Same with the mustache. You're using the corners of the blade to do the mustache until you hear the machine cutting hair. Look up for me. Always following the pattern of growth on the hair. Repeat the same step on the other side and you should be good to go. To clean up the neck down here, you would ask the person to look up and you gently just want to come up. Don't worry about the line being perfect, guys. We're just cleaning the neckline. You want to go somewhere around the Adam's apple if the person's very adamant about keeping a beard. Just be careful with the hairs down here because they grow in all directions. So sometimes the machines can pull a little bit. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much a tutorial how to do a home haircut. I hope this helps you guys and holds you over until we are able to go back to our barbershops. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Rob the Barber, Robert's Barbershop, 18 Belleville Avenue, Bloomfield, New Jersey. Take care and bye-bye. Alright guys, well that was it. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial video. Again, this is Rob the Barber from Robert's Barbershop, 18 Belleville Avenue, Bloomfield, New Jersey. Again, I'm praying for everyone's safety. I hope everything works out. And see you guys soon. Take care. Bye-bye.